Hey friends, it is Trucker Ray, and welcome to this update, a Carnivore Journey with Trucker Ray, day 35. That's right, I have reached day 35, and so far we're doing pretty good. I would have to admit that last night was a real struggle for me. I just had a real craving for junk. And it's kind of funny. I will give you a little bit of an update here. So for the last 35 days, I have really withheld from anything that I normally eat as for junk, like ice cream, chips, or anything. I've been very, very strict with my diet. There's been a little bit of cream in my coffee. Usually every 7 days when I get home on a reset, I'll have a coffee at A&W. And I get a couple of cream in there. And I did have someone leave a comment, there's lots of sugar and cream. Yeah, I kind of figured that out. I did my research, so I know what's in cream. I actually have whipped cream in my truck now, which has less. It has very, very limited amount of sugar in there. So it's a little bit better, and actually it tastes better when you have the whipped cream in the coffee. So that's about the only intake of sugar I've had, a little bit in some cream, when I'm having a coffee, and that usually happens about 7 or 8 days. I never have coffee on the road because, I don't know, I'm not a big coffee drinker. I have it when I'm in town because, I don't know, to me it's just a treat. But last night, I did crack a little bit. I wouldn't say I broke my carnivore diet. I had a little bit of a slip. And last night I was looking for something in Walmart. I can't remember what it was. I think it was looking for a spray bottle. Oh yeah, a spray bottle and a lamp, something to put in my new truck. And everywhere you walk, there's nothing but junk food, and because of all those Halloween garbage that they're putting out, the chips and the chocolate bars and everything's got a great. Isn't it amazing how everything that's no good for you is on sale? And you go into Costco and you look at some really good steaks and they're like $125, $140 for 4 steaks. Just ridiculous. That's if you get the real prime stuff, right? Where they've been pampered and massaged animals or whatever, but I don't know, that part, when you get to that point, it's all tastes the same, in my opinion. So as I'm walking through, of course you go through the little checkout aisle and it has all the stuff on the right and the left, and you can just grab whatever junk you want on the way to the till. And so I made it out of the Walmart okay, and then I went over to the McDonald's to get myself a coffee, and I'm like, oh, I'm just so craving something salty. And I was really going to get myself a extra large fries from McDonald's, and I just thought to myself, well, you know what, maybe a treat may not be a bad idea. I've been doing really well this time, up to this point. And then I punched in the menu on the McDonald's order when you do the order yourself thing. It was like $4.50, almost $4.75 for an extra large fries. I'm like, wow, did that ever go up in price? The last time I had fries at McDonald's was a long time ago, and that deterred me. I don't know if it's because I'm cheap. I don't know. I just don't think you should have to pay that much for a potato. Because that's about a potato or 2 potatoes, $4.50 or whatever it is. I don't even know if they're even real fries. I think they are real fries, but at one point in time they were. But we used to pick up fries for March and Brower, which does McDonald's fries, and they are fries. And again, it wasn't. If the price would have been like $2.50, it would have been very tempting. But I didn't. I walked out of there with just a coffee with cream. But I'm like, I gotta have something. And so I have a little bit of honey that's in my truck, and I had a little bit of honey in my coffee. And I barely even tasted it. It wasn't even, I didn't even really notice it. It wasn't as exciting as I thought it was going to be, and I'm like, okay, well, whatever. But at least I didn't crack with the fries or anything else. So that's my little mishap in the last 35 days. But overall, it's been good. I weighed in 12, 14 days ago, and I was 228. I weighed in yesterday, 227. I lost 1 whole pound in almost 10 days. I was a little bit disappointed in that, but that also showed me that all this other weight I've been dropping prior to this has been a lot of water weight. And it is healthy. Experts say to lose 1 to 2 pounds a week. That's, a healthy way of doing it. And you know what? I don't care. Obviously, it's going to be a process. It's going to drag on probably for another 5 or 6 months before I get down to the weight I want. I am going to do a little bit more brisk walking and try to be a little bit more active. And I'm noticing that the intermediate fasting, I was doing a lot of that in the last week. Didn't seem to help much for weight loss, except I was just hungry all the time. And I just thought, you know what? I'm just going to eat my regular meals. I'm going to stay away from the carbs, stay away from the sugar, and just stay on the diet that I'm doing. Get out there and get my walks and not worry about it so much. But at least I did drop a pound. And you know what? That is a lot when you consider a block of butter is a pound, and that's a lot of fat to lose in a week. So that's not too bad. And like I said, a lot of the stuff prior to that was water weight. But overall, I feel good. I'm looking a lot better. I've noticed that when I look into the mirror, my face is a little bit thinner. I don't have the same big love handles as I used to have. Those have gone right down. I noticed my stomach area has gone down. And I do feel pretty good. So the diet is definitely working for those of you that are following me on this. And maybe you're thinking, oh, I wonder if I should do this. This carnivore thing really does work. You just have to make sure that you have proper supplements. Like I said, I have this stuff here. It's called Aussie Trace Minerals, Ocean Source Aussie Trace Minerals. And this has got like 70 different minerals. This doesn't even look like it's even focusing. Probably won't. Anyway, it's the blue bottle, Aussie Trace, ocean sourced Aussie Trace Minerals. You can get this at health food stores. And I just throw a few drops or 5 drops to that in a bottle of water every day, and it gives you your minerals. And I am, eating regularly, and I'm not noticing that I'm being deprived of anything except for the cravings of all the junk that I've been craving in the last couple of days. I just haven't caved into it. I mean, it's funny. You end up going through these little withdrawals of, but the first week I went through some real good sugar withdrawal, and then it's been fine the last 30 days. But today, or yesterday rather, it's just really bizarre. It was just weird. It was like, it's a good thing I got a little bit of willpower. I would have just cracked. I would have been grabbing stuff out of the shelves off the shelves at Walmart and McDonald's, and then I had to go into one other place, and I usually get a breakfast at A&W. There's nothing really. I mean, I guess you could have a hot apple pie, but and then of course when you go through Walmart, in some of the other aisles, a lot of the other stuff that I used to buy, like ice cream and that, I just kept walking. One thing I have noticed about this diet, it definitely builds willpower. It really does. So again, those of you that have been following this diet and you're considering whether or not to do it, it does work. It really does work. Stick with it. If you're going to start it, or if you are doing the diet, stick with it. If you're going through a difficult time, have something to eat. Have a few pieces of cheese or something, or cook up an egg, or maybe a little piece of bacon to go with it if you're having a craving. I also tried, someone had told me to put a little bit of the Redmond's salt there on your palm and just lick a little bit of that, and that actually helped too, which was kind of funny. So yeah, but wanted to give you guys the update that we're still on it. We're still doing good. Like I said last night, I had a little bit of honey in my coffee, but it was really weird. It was like I was really expecting this to really taste amazing. Like I put a couple teaspoons of honey in an extra large coffee, and I barely even tasted it. I'm like, why? Well, what's the point of this? I would have to put in like 6 teaspoons of honey into this to get this to really taste good. And I'm like, it didn't really taste as good as I thought. So at least I know next time when I'm having that craving, just don't bother at all, because it's not going to make a difference unless I put a half a pound of honey in there, because I used to be one that used to put like 4 or 5 sugars in my coffee. So I'm used to it being like that. And when I had that coffee last night, it almost felt like I had never stopped having sugar. Oh, I guess I got to put another 3 or 4 teaspoons in this thing to get it tasting good. So, but you know what? Overall, I've been very, very happy with how I've been feeling and the energy that I've had. I'm just like I said, when I have to crawl up into the back of my trailer, I'm not laboring anymore. I'm boing, right in there like go gadget, springs under my shoes. So it is making a huge difference. And if you're considering on starting this carnivore diet, I really recommend that you go back to the very first update that I had, and also do a lot of research online. Look up what other doctors on YouTube are saying about it. There's a lot of people that are doing videos on the carnivore thing. And I told myself when I was going to start this, I was going to be 100% honest with everybody. If I am going to mess up a little bit, I'm going to show that I'm going to say it. I'm not just going to say, yeah, everything's going good, while I was munching down on a Big Mac the night before. I wouldn't eat that food anyway. I mean, the fries is about as far as I go for McDonald's. But, sometimes you get a craving for a hamburger and just fast food. You get a craving for something quick because you don't want to cook anything. And the other day I moved into a new truck and my back is really sore and I just did not feel like cooking anything. I got a really good workout in my back trying to lift my freezer into the back of my on the top of my bunk. So friends, that's all I got for you. Again, day 35, doing really well. We're down to 227 now, and we're just going to keep at it. And I hope those of you that are starting this, maybe leave a comment. Let me know if you're starting or how you're doing on your carnivore diet. Share it. Let's encourage others that are doing this, because it really, really does work. It does take a lot of discipline, especially when you're on the highway. I think it's easier to do a carnivore diet when you're at home, because you can just cook anything you want in your kitchen, put anything together you want. You can't do that in a truck. You have to do a lot of meal prep. I do have a grill. I can put it on the back of my catwalk, but sometimes when you drive 11-hour day and you just don't feel like cooking a meal, you just want to heat something up or grab something quick. So as a truck driver, it is a huge challenge at times, not all the time, but at times it is a huge challenge to follow through with this diet, because there's just times you just don't feel like cooking anything, and that's why it's so easy to make a mistake. And last week I just held myself back on going into Subway and getting a Subway sandwich. It's just quick and easy and convenient. And I went, no, better not. And then I just made myself a meal, cooked myself up a meal, and I was happy the next day when I knew that I didn't crack. But anyway, I could go on and on about this. We're already going up to 14 minutes. That's good enough for an update. But my friends, blessings in the name of Yeshua. Until the next update. Bye for now.